who nearly pulled off the perfect crime, and what went wrong that got them caught. In the Dunbar armored robbery, 6 men executed the largest cash heist in U.S. history. They used an inside connection to access the cafeteria, ambushed the employees during their break without raising an alarm, and made off with over $18 million in a U-Haul. They then destroyed the CCTV tapes and returned to a house party they had set up as an alibi. After 6 months, they hired a lawyer to launder the money through real estate. 2 years after the heist, one man paid a broker with a stack of money still wrapped in the original currency strap, which the broker reported to the police. The man was arrested, confessed, and revealed his partner's identities. The guy who robbed a bank by hiring a bunch of people from Craigslist to show up wearing the same outfit as him and wait outside. He almost got away, but a homeless man saw him do a practice run the day before and informed the police after the robbery. The perfect heist of the century, the Antwerp diamond heist, saw an Italian gang steal $100 million in gems. On their way out, they disposed of their disguises and tools, but one gang member neglected to burn everything as instructed. The police found envelopes from the Antwerp Diamond Center and a sandwich receipt among the trash. Using footage from the sandwich shop, they caught the mastermind of the heist, who refused to give up his accomplices, though some were later identified. Some of the diamonds remain unaccounted for. I can only remember BDK getting caught after years and years for sending a letter to the police asking if they could trace a floppy disk back to him. They said no. He sent a floppy disk to the police, and they traced it back to him immediately. The Australian teenager who hacked the FBI and posted his photos on their website. He removed the metadata from his photos to conceal the GPS location, but he mistakenly uploaded the original photo that contained the GPS data. I'm not sure about perfect, but recently, a guy placed a large bet that there would be a streaker during a football game. He himself jumped onto the field, streaked, and collected his winnings. He would then brag about what he did on social media, which is what led to him getting found out. He's facing jail time. If you look up this same question on here from 6 months ago, a lot of these answers are word-for-word copies of the same answers posted on that thread. Bots or reposters. It's amazing to think back to the 1972 United California Bank burglary. A group led by Emil Dincio, who was described as one of the greatest bank burglars in the United States, hit the United California Bank in Laguna Niguel. They snagged over $9 million from the safe deposit boxes, which in today's dollars is well over $50 million. They might have gone free if not for a tip following a minor spill of cash in the getaway car. Their meticulous planning included using dynamite to break into the vault and never using their real names, but they were eventually caught because they rented a safe house under one of their real names. Can you imagine pulling off the job of the century only to be foiled by a paperwork oversight? Lufthansa heist. But the guy who was supposed to take the van to the junkyard went on a multi-day coke bender with his girlfriend, and the cops found the van outside her apartment. In the 1990s, Emmanuel Nwood, a Nigerian, defrauded a Brazilian bank of $242 million by selling a fake airport. Nwood pretended to be the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria and persuaded the bank's director, Nelson Sakaguchi, to invest in a non-existent airport in Abuja. This was one of the largest bank frauds in history, resulting in Banco Noroeste's collapse in 2001. The fraud was revealed during Banco Santander's bid to acquire the Brazilian bank, indicating that there was a significant amount of money missing. This led to an international investigation, and Nwood was apprehended and arrested in 2005. Damn, winky face. My girlfriend, she forgot to delete the messages. I woke up in the middle of the night, got a weird feeling and checked her phone. A while after I laid down, I heard her wake up and watched her delete them. Thankfully, I had already taken a picture with my phone. Leopold and Lowe. They murdered a boy in 1924. Eventually, they were caught because Leopold's glasses were found near the body, and those glasses used a hinge only purchased by 3 people in Chicago. The maintenance man, old Mr. Winters. He did everything right to close down that spooky carnival by running around scaring people with that rubber scarecrow mask. He just wasn't expecting the Mystery Incorporated gang and their weird dog to be such effective detectives. He would have gotten away with it too, if it wasn't for those pesky kids. Anyone happen to catch the news today? He missed by a few inches, rolling on the floor laughing. Some dude with a gun. Secret Service got him. It's fascinating to see the blend of audacity and meticulous planning that went into these heists. Similarly, there was a heist in Belgium where a group of thieves posed as policemen and used a hijacked helicopter to land on the roof of a secure warehouse. They descended through the skylight and overpowered the guards, making away with millions worth of uncut diamonds. Their perfect crime fell apart because one of the thieves used a piece of the loot to settle a petty personal debt, triggering an investigation that led to their arrest. It's almost like watching a movie, except the consequences are very real. D.B. Cooper left few clues, but never identified or caught. One dude today, bad aim. Tylenol killer could have gotten away with it. Sort by controversial and upvote accordingly. He was 3 inches too far to the left. He missed and got counter-sniped. D.B. Cooper almost nailed the perfect skyjacking by parachuting out of a plane with $200,000, but his fate remains a mystery. What went wrong? Either his parachute skills, landing spot, or the dense forest below decided to ruin his grand escape. Some guy who tried to shoot an ex-president a few hours ago. He missed. The guy who did the assassination attempt today on Trump. Secret Service. Me. And posting about it in an AskReddit thread is what got me caught. The Antwerp diamond heist. The perfect heist of the century where an Italian gang stole 100 million in gems. While leaving Antwerp, they disposed of the disguises and the tools used, but one member of the gang was too lazy to burn everything as instructed. Among the rubbish, the police found envelopes of the Antwerp Diamond Center and a receipt for a sandwich bought at a store close to the center. They recovered video footage of the sandwich store and busted the mastermind of the heist, who didn't give up his mates, but some were later identified. Some of the stolen diamonds are still unaccounted for. Guy paid no tax and the tax office ticked him off every year. He was so happy with his scheme that he bragged about it to my high school accounting teacher because he thought she would see his genius. She dobbied him in and he got busted big time. The Brinks robbery. They stole $2,750,000 in 1950, $35 million in today's money. One of the guys confessed 5 days before the statute of limitations was up. The guy who just tried to assassinate Trump. He had the opportunity handed to him on a silver platter and missed by inches. Could have been a hero, but now he's just dead and probably fucked us into fascism. The guy that almost got the Orange Menace. Sigh. A friend of mine who was dating a married man. He was at his wife's house and had to leave. She asked him to take the garbage out. He decided to hide the body in the trash bag and threw it away. He got caught when the garbage truck broke down and the driver was forced to empty the truck by hand. You're asking that now? Trump pretending to be shot by an Orbeez is peak Vince McMahon wrestling entertainment. Donald Trump and his merry band of criminals who believe they are above the law. One infamous example is the case of Frank Abagnale Jr., who nearly pulled off the perfect crime by successfully impersonating a Pan Am pilot, doctor, and lawyer, forging millions in checks. What ultimately got him caught was his overconfidence and a slip-up when authorities in France recognized him from a wanted poster. This dude almost assassinated a president, but he got murked by the Secret Service. A lot in movie scene.